In our second episode of the Excerpt Talks, I spoke to Shoaib Khan Khattak, lead support engineer at CyberPanel. CyberPanel is known for its web hosting panel product, which is fast becoming an industry standard, but their offering is broader than that. For one thing, they're selling hosting directly. Thinking about partnerships and collaboration, which is what the series is all about, I looked at CyberPanel from the perspective of a WordPress agency looking to package a compelling hosting proposition for businesses. Technically, from a pricing perspective, but also to go to market with an offer that is both valuable and positioned for future technical requirements. Relating to this last point, we talked about N8N2, a solution that is quickly becoming popular with developers to orchestrate and integrate applications and AI services. To recap, here are the main topics that we covered. Aggressive pricing and broad offering. They're selling very well-spec'd VPSs from only $10 a month for hosting WordPress as well as other solutions alongside it, like N8N. How improving the UX drives better outcomes. In light of the recent panel refresh and how that has helped improve the numbers. We also looked at a scenario of how an agency can generate $3,500 MRR by offering single VPS instances at managed WordPress hosting prices. And finally, using N8N alongside WordPress to build a stack at infrastructure level that can help businesses tool up for the AI era. I hope you will find this interview useful. Let us know if you have any ideas for topics to cover in future talks. Thank you, Shoaib, for agreeing to come on the Expert Talk. I'm quite excited because not often there are panel companies in the WordPress space. So let's start by learning a little bit about you. What is your background and what is your role in the company?
Thank you, Lawrence, for having me. So basically, my background is from the start, I am working in the hosting industry. In 2019, I joined the CyberPanel. Until now, I am in CyberPanel working as a CTO with CyberPanel. And basically, I totally have the background of web hosting. Other than this, I don't know anything.
Okay, so you're very much a specialist in the hosting space and a pure DevOps, I suppose. Tell us about CyberPanel and what makes CyberPanel unique.
Back in 2017, when CyberPanel started, at that time, maybe you know, there was no one in the industry who was offering the open light speed or light speed with their panel. So when CyberPanel started, CyberPanel was the first panel who introduced open light speed integration. After that, now there are many, but at that time there was no one. What is the unique in CyberPanel? Till this time, there is no other panel in the industry who offers open Lightspeed and Lightspeed Enterprise both on the same platform. And you can convert open Lightspeed to Lightspeed Enterprise. Basically, CyberPanel have a root of Lightspeed. So that made it unique. And other than that, it is self-hosted, open source. Basic version is totally free. And this is very lightweight. So you can use, if you have a little technical knowledge, you can do it without any issue.
And I've come across Lightspeed quite a lot. I think it's a preferred technology in our space more and more. So it kind of makes sense that it's core to your product. CyberPanel is obviously known for its control panel, but it also offers some managed WordPress hosting and a cloud VPS. So how do these different offerings coexist and complement each other?
So, Lawrence, the thing is, when a farmer starts selling his own thing, that will be on better price, that will be more fresh than a third party is selling his fruit. So basically, when some user comes to our platform and they have many issues, like they are facing the issues in their hosting, they are facing issues in the with their VPS, we have to fix for them. So that is a hustle for them to get a VPS from another place and then resolve your issue from another place. So with that idea, providing all the solution at once, we started our VPS hosting start. And after that, we thought that we have to provide something that can even entertain the end user. The end user who want to host one site, two site, or somehow. Then we started the WordPress managed hosting. So our main idea is to provide all like control panel, VPS, shared everything on the one platform. So user don't have to hustle much to get a VPS or to use the hosting. So this is the main idea, and for the easiness of our user, we have to provide the services.
It's fair to say that you provide a one-stop shop for agencies and I suppose even other hosting providers that want to use you as the infrastructure for their own brands. And that gives you quite a broad set of skills as well. So you can talk to DevOps, you can talk to developers, you can talk to more business minded folks as well. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. And the other thing that I noticed is that you have recently upgraded your panel. So can you tell us what the improvements you have introduced are?
So the first main improvement in our UI and UX, we improved the UI and UX of CyberPanel totally. We changed everything totally. Now you can manage things very easily because in our old version, that UI was fine, but we want to improve it with the passage of time and with the as respect to modern design. Improve first of all our UI. And also that we added in it in seamless installation. We have Docker app one-click installation. You can use that now without any issue. And also we fixed a lot of things like we added some improved version of SSL. We added some improved version of backups. Now you can install CyberPanel on Alma Linux 10, Ubuntu 2024. That support was not already added in the recent version. The current release have this support as well.
Do you have enough data now to be able to compare usage before the upgrade and after the upgrade to see if your customers are using your product more, which is always good, and perhaps even buying more products because of it?
So I don't have to I don't want to show the buy and sell data, but you can judge from the community. We have a community platform. We have our community Facebook community. We can judge from there. Before this variant, we were some user was saying that I am facing this issue and this they resolved those, and now we can see that we don't we don't get any complaint about those issues. So in public, we can see that with the reaction of people, we can see that uh, now there is complaint like the old one has complaints. So we can judge from the public platform, like from the social platform, that we don't have complaint like the old one, and now people are using without any issue.
So I suppose that has a very positive impact on your own support channel. But also from a brand perspective, you have more people that are saying nice things about your product. I mean, that's always the benefit of a product refresh and introducing new features and fixing pain points. Okay, now tell us about your partner program. Who is it for and what are the biggest benefits that you offer?
Okay, so basically, our partner program is for web hosting providers, hosting companies. Then the agents that are providing 360 solutions, like you can say the digital agencies. And at the end, this is also for the freelancers as well. A person who need 5, 6, or more than one. So the benefit is, when someone want to buy something, he need a full version of that thing. So if you provide your user a free version, that there are some features that are not included in that. So when you become a partner with us, that will give a benefit. There will be two main benefits for you. Number one is that will give you a full version of CyberPanel. You can use all of the features that you have in the CyberPanel. And the second thing is you have direct connection with the CyberPanel core, the CyberPanel developers. So if you face any issue anytime, you can directly call us. You can directly come in contact with us and ask that are you a partner of your company? Please provide me this support, yeah, or explain this. So basically, if you are a hosting provider, if you are a web agency, so you can avail our partner program and you can get a full version of CyberPanel. You can get a support. You can get in touch with us. You can if someone want a special feature and our developers see that this feature is in the benefit of like other CyberPanel user as well. So we do add those as well.
Okay, so I was going to ask you about what your typical partner looks like, but you have answered that question. Are you seeing more agencies signing up than hosting providers, or what is the mix between hosting providers and agencies?
So the ratio of partner is like in the top, we have hosting provider as our partner. You can
Yeah.
see one of the big partner that one of the product is hosting. You know about hosting
Yeah.
that. And after hosting provider, in the second, we have web agencies. And last, we have few freelancer as well. They partner with CyberPanel and getting benefit of it. Because, freelancer needs support, instant support. Because if someone is doing freelancing as a WordPress developer, he may not know about the web hosting thing. So they get partner with CyberPanel. And web agencies as well, because, web agency, every agency do not need to have a DevOps guy assist everyone well. So they need support. So they get partner with CyberPanel.
And it's also fair to say that your pricing is never a barrier for anyone that wants to partner with you. There's no big investment, there's no big monthly fee if you just want to start with a small number of websites, right?
Yes, right. If you get partner, the pricing is very low there as well. But if you get a VPS or managed hosting, as compared to marketing, like market price, we we took our price is very competitive and very reasonable. As I mentioned in start, we want to help people from the one place. If someone buy a VPS from outside from any other provider, he come back to our platform and he have to buy item, then his price will hike a lot. And we cover all those things here with our platform. You can see our focus is about providing strong server with low price. To be honest, I'm not saying that we are providing server in $5 or $2. We are providing in $10. But that server is strong server. You can see our minimum plan like resources.
In the next section, which is called Win-Win Economics, we will actually have a look at that particular VPS. So in this segment, we just look at a slide showing an example scenario. In this case, we are looking at an agency that is hosting 50 WordPress websites, each on an individual VPS using obviously CyberPanel. And just to make this a little bit more interesting, we are also assuming that they are packaging in an application called N8N as well. And we'll talk about a little bit about N8N in a bit. My idea here is for an agency to go to market with a very strong, technically strong hosting offering, which is very different from your shared hosting offer at a
Yes.
price point that doesn't match the lower end of the pricing in the hosting space. It's not the $5 a month hosting plan, but matches what a lot of the managed WordPress providers do, which is around the 30, 40, and even sometimes $50 a month mark. So I'll go through the slide and ask a few questions in the process. Now, looking at the VPS itself, it's got 3 cores, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 90 gigabytes of storage, and the price is $10. Now, I did a little bit of research, obviously, before this interview, and I didn't come across anyone else offering as resources at that price point. And this then ties back to what you were saying earlier about wanting to offer a very accessible price point for your VPSs, right?
Yes, you can see here we have some resources. This CPU and 8 GB of RAM. These are two important things that affect your server, the performance of server. You can increase the like you can increase these things as well, but the SSD or the storage is anything that depends upon your side. So in this, if you see like with these resources, there is one more thing that is included is CyberPanel all paid add-ons.
Yeah.
So the cost of all paid add-ons per month is $7.99, like $8 a month. So we are making a package for our user to provide whole this server with all add-on at the cost of $10. So in this, we do provide the support as well. And as I explained you earlier, the idea to provide these things on this cost is just to provide something powerful to the user. Not like when end user see, or when I agency see, that may think that this is a costly server of $10. But if, as you mentioned, that if you compare this plan with any, our start plan is $10. But when you compare this plan with any other provider, you will find that these much resources are not provided by anyone at this cost. At a $10 cost, 3 CPU and 8 GB of RAM, and with you then VME, the storage. We use premium storage for our user. That is not the HHD that was used in old time for the hosting. So everything is in the server. These resources are powerful. We don't give any. We don't compromise on any quality.
And I think these specs are sufficient even for running a fairly substantial instance of WordPress. It could be a membership site. It could be an e-commerce site. I think the idea here is an agency offering a VPS as a hosting product that can hold one website, small website or even a large website, but also staging, development instances, and other applications as well. And that's a big point of difference in comparison to other hosting providers where you basically just get WordPress and maybe you get staging, but you have a whole VPS, you have a whole server to go on. Now, looking at the numbers here, so let's say this is priced at $45 a month for the agency's customers. The margin there per customer is $35. So I also included a line for maintenance, and the $35 is the cost to the agency itself. So this is not a cost from CyberPanel for the time that they need every month to make sure that CyberPanel is up to date, because obviously you release updates, security patches, and all that kind of stuff, right? And it's also a price that can be sold to the customer as well, and there's obviously a margin with that.
Yes, basically this cost is from this thing is from the agency side, not from the CyberPanel side.
Yeah. Now, one thing that you can also include in your VPSs, and this is not the only other application along with WordPress, NA10 is a relatively new product. I think it might have been around a little while, but it's starting to be used more and more, and it's effectively a way to orchestrate integrations, right? It's a bit like Zapier, but it's obviously self-hosted. I think it's open source. There is no price to your customers, right?
Yes, when you use this self-hosted NATM, there will be no price, because the price of NATM is only when you use their cloud services. So NATM is nowadays I think Zapier, Mail.io, these are the competitor of NATM. But N10 is the big advantage of N10 is self-hosted free version, and that CyberPanel is providing. When you have our VPS provided by CyberPanel, or when you have the paid add-on, you can install N10 with one click. So this N10 is the right now in market, as far as I know, right now in market N10 is the one of the best tools for the automation.
Yeah, that's exactly why I decided to include NNN in this example. Again, thinking about how an agency can go to market with a hosting offerings for the clients or for some new clients. If you can say, okay, we can package your WordPress hosting along with NA10, which you will need for integrations, which you will need for information automations. I think that's a really good proposition. Again, looking at my table, the agency would want to price that in to the customer, with a margin of about $20 a month. And I chose $20 a month because that's the amount of money that you will be paying NA10 directly if you opt to use their hosted version of NA10.
Yes, Loris, one thing I want to mention here. We do provide N8N with our VPS free of cost, and that is totally Docker-based application. So that is a very lightweight and you can easily manage. But we do offer N8N managed hosting as well. With the WordPress managed hosting, we do offer N8N managed hosting. If someone don't want VPS team, only want one N8N application to host, they can get that from us as well.
Yeah, that's interesting. There's probably a growing demand for NA10 hosting
Yes.
just because it's such a powerful product. And also with AI and all these AI applications, something like NA10 is really useful to orchestrate all your crazy AI workflows and processes. So super interesting. So just to finish up with this table, the price for an agency for the VPS for the maintenance and A10 is about $45 a month, but it can be resold to the client for more than double that. So I've put it around $115 a month. And the margin there is about $70 a month for each client. So in our scenario of an agency hosting 50 clients, the margin that you get is about $3,500 a month, which is actually a good number. Apart from the numbers, I just want to reiterate the fact that for agencies, it's important to go to market with a product which is unique, obviously also very useful, and packaging NA10 with your WordPress hosting, giving a ton of resources at a affordable price point. It's a really attractive proposition. So how technical do you have to be to manage a CyberPanel instance?
Right now, in this current variant, you don't have to be very technical. You maybe know a little bit about sysadmin things, but not very technical to use CyberPanel because we made things very easy in our UI now. You can understand when you want to deploy a WordPress past variant when we don't have the WordPress manager, you have to go to the list website and manage and add WordPress. Now you have a very clear icon on the left bar menu bar that is deploy WordPress, and that everyone can understand, even you don't have any technical. So right now, CyberPanel is that on that place that you don't have much technical knowledge, but so it is self-hosted. You have the root SSH access as well. So maybe you can learn few things and you can manage everything better.
And I would also say that with ChatGPT and other AI platforms, that it becomes easier to do some of the technical stuff as well.
Yes, we can say ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and all is a big blessing now.
Thinking about the VPS that we talked about with the 3 cores and the 8 gigabytes of RAM, what kind of traffic can that VPS handle?
This VPS can handle thousands of wheels per month. Because this is not a VPS which have one core. So you can understand the difference between one core. If one core can handle the 1,000 traffic, so this basic variant can handle 3,000 traffic. So we don't add any limit on bandwidth. That
Right.
is another part that we don't have. We don't add limits on bandwidth. So you can, if you have a small site, like if you have a simple blog, detailed blog are not running so much, but if you have a simple blog, then this can handle that very easily. Like different type of website like e-commerce site and can be handled differently. So this can handle thousands of traffic, and we don't add any bandwidth limit as well. Bandwidth is unlimited.
Now, thinking about agencies again, what kind of agencies do you work with primarily? Is it the more technical type of agencies or perhaps marketing agencies that are not so technical? Looking at your customer base, have you recognized any trends in this respect?
There is a mixture of agencies. Like, to be honest, on the daily basis, I can see there are some agencies who have some technical person as well, but mostly agencies who don't have any technical person. They are more both on. We have both on board, but mostly the tech agents who can't afford the technical person. Our partner program, they are with us at sport, and other than those we have the technical agencies as well. Like you can say we have the marketing agencies, maybe dedicate support for their own VPS or their customer VPS, because sometimes customer comes for the marketing and get a VPS from them as well. So technical and non-technical both are with us at our product.
Now I'd like to just talk a little bit about the future as much as you can. What is on CyberPanel's roadmap, if there's anything you can share? And I'm also quite interested to know how CyberPanel will look like, say, in 3 years' time. And the context here is, I suppose, AI, and AI seems to be changing everything. So I'm quite interested to know about any product developments that you're working on, or anything you can share.
So my first thing is, CyberPanel is open source and free. So I don't want to disclose few things. The reason is we have a community of 8,000 members in there. If I disclose anything, then it will be uh, why the thing is not coming. In development there may some delay. But first, if you look in CyberPanel, two version of CyberPanel, there was no net, there was no WordPress like this WordPress manager. There was WordPress manager, but not this. The UI is totally changed. With respect to AI, we launched AI. We already launched a AI scanner, AI website scanner that is already there within our platform. So we are thinking about to do few things with AI, as well as we are going to enhance the internet and WordPress. These two things are on our top list of focus. So we already implemented them, but we are going to do few things in future with the net, and then also we have, like, in 2 or 3 years, we will enhance, I think, two times of this panel. We will have more features. We will have few features with AI, as you mentioned. We already introduced one, but we are going to introduce few more features with AI, and many more things to come. You can understand, like, I can't disclose.
Yeah, of course, of course. I was thinking more, broader trends. And it's also quite interesting to see how the WordPress project now, and this has been now a few months, have seriously started to focus on and invest in AI. There's a new AI team. I think Matt Mullenweg picked a few people and got them all in the same room in New York somewhere, working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to develop the future of WordPress. I think it's fair to say that. Now, so in conclusion, is there anything else you would like to add to this discussion, just in the context of WordPress businesses and panel businesses like you connecting, collaborating, and just coming together for the mutual benefits?
So basically, nowadays, I think the content marketing is not that much on hype that it was. But if you want to move in the industry, if you want to get some benefit of industry, you must have to do two things. First is you must have to collaborate, you must have to create some affiliation with other products. And second thing is to talk more about your product, because now the content is not that much valuable that is like talking about your product, talking in industry with other people about your product, and getting affiliates with others. That is two things that we have to do. AI is one of the main reasons that we have to move forward things according to AI. Because if some product do not get involved with AI, that may get expired, and there will be no future for that product. With respect to this, we are involving in AI as well, and I think we have to involve in such a thing that we can stand in market. Those people who are involved in different product, who are involved in different marketing, and who the product which are affiliated with different other product, may that survive, but the product that is a standalone product may lag.
This again ties back to this whole idea of bundling NA10 with WordPress. N8N is an integrator. It's a connector. So
Yes.
it opens up all kinds of possibilities from the technical perspective. But I think agencies and WordPress product businesses should also think about, how can we partner with the solution that we are integrating with as well. Even having a conversation is beneficial. Okay, so final question. What is the best way for people to learn about CyberPanel and even connect with you?
It's CyberPanel, as I already mentioned, we have a social media community, a Facebook page group. We have social media group of 8,000 people. To be honest, if you post anything, everyone get involved in that. This is the best way to learn CyberPanel. If you face an issue, just post it. You will get, I think, at least you will get 10 to 20 solutions, and that will be enough for that. More than that, ChatGPT is there. There are a lot of things that ChatGPT can fix. If still you face an issue, but you cannot have a complete knowledge base. If you just want to learn for the basic purposes, you can just read that knowledge base and you will understand everything about CyberPanel. After all these, like if you say that no, I can't learn, I need help, you can just ask us. We will do help for you.
So humans remain the best way ultimately to, get help and move forward. We didn't talk much about community, but that's something that you guys have done really, really well, right? You've grown quite a substantial community of very engaged customers and associates and developers.
Yes, in our community, we have agency owners, we have freelancers, and you join our community, you will say, if I can't reply to any post, if someone from team do not reply to any post, but you will not see any post we don't have any comment. We don't like any solution is not provided, any suggestion is not posted there. So our community is very active and very helpful community. CyberPanel community is basically very helpful community. The main thing is our social media page, and you will see that sorry social media group, this Facebook group. You will see no post will remain empty or without comment. There will be always something that is suggested. There will be always some solution that is commented by some other user, not our team, but other user. So we're proud of our community that there are a lot of helpful people.
That's great, and maybe this is a good way to finish off with a call to action to join your communities. Okay, thank you very much once again. I really appreciate your time. As I said initially, there aren't many panel businesses in the space, but what you're doing is like really interesting, particularly now with AI and orchestration and everything else. I think you have a really good product out there. I think collaborating, connecting, and creating is something that your product really helps achieve.